So this is, I guess I would call it more of like a drama movie. It's about Sophie Lowe. She's like this innocent country girl who lives in the woods with her brothers, and she ends up getting physically attacked by several of the characters. And of course, CPS steps in and wants to take away her siblings and what have you. And I really don't think it's like a horror movie. It's more of like a revenge type drama. But it has a good cast. Sophie Lowe plays like this sweet character. Um, so I guess it's kind of like nature, being left alone, and then, people come in and like corrupt it. So kind of vibes like that. Now I'm going to talk about Super Hybrid. This is basically, it's a killer car type of movie. It's about people working at like a parking garage and what have you, and they discover like this car can kind of transform in a way, and they're basically stuck in this parking garage. So it's pretty much like one of those single location type films, what have you. Although you do get some deaths in the beginning as the car is like waiting on the street, kind of like waiting for victims. And I guess you could say this is like a cursed object type of movie with the car. And there are other killer movies about cars. So I just think that's interesting. And they take it pretty much seriously. Banana Splits, this was a Sci Fi Channel movie, I think. And I remember people kind of like rolled their eyes when it was announced, but I thought it was pretty good for a kids movie to be turned into a slasher movie. And now, these movies are kind of like the norm now. Now you have like The Mousetrap, Minnie, Mickey, Winnie the Pooh as horror movies. So this is a lot of fun. It's about a group of kids who get to see the Banana Splits in person. And one of the main characters has a brother, and he like really loves like one of the Banana Splits and pretty much like wants to go and interact with them. And of course, something happens and the animatronic beings basically come to life and start attacking people. So several years before like the Five Nights at Freddy movies. So Night of the Living Dead. This is the remake. What can I say about it? It's a good, I guess you could say, like more recent remake. You got a great cast, good gore effects, and as its own thing, I thought it was pretty good. And I mean, nothing is gonna take place over the original Night of the Living Dead. Although I do like, the movies, obviously. Resident Evil Apocalypse. I actually have all the movies. This came with the DVD already, and I can take them for what they are. I didn't hate like the reboot from a couple years ago, and I guess a lot of people didn't like it. So we're getting like another reimagining of Resident Evil. So we'll see how that goes. The Devil's Tomb. Yes, that is Cuba Gooding Jr. and a few others. They are basically dispersed to try to save people in the desert, and they do come across some, evil characters, evil villains, and you do have like possessions and bites and what have you, people going feral, trying to eat each other. And then we have zombie strippers with Robert England and Jenna Jameson. So the movie isn't really taken seriously. It doesn't take itself seriously, so it's just a fun, cheesy movie. And I think you do get some of the girls next door, from Hef, and of course Jenna Jameson, and it was just a fun movie. And Robert England will pop up in several horror movies, like the Lake Placid movies or the Mega Boa one. I think he's in, and stuff like that. So he's always like a highlight to these type of movies. And it's a lot of fun if you just want to watch something kind of corny and cheesy and just enjoy it. And let's see, I'm going to wrap this up with Great Expectations. This has, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ethan Hawke, De Niro, um, and this is about Hawke's character as a little boy. He basically goes to like this dilapidated mansion on the coast. He works with his uncle getting fish and stuff on the boat, and he's a talented artist. And he basically meets this elderly woman. It's like almost like Sunset Boulevard. She's like trapped in time, and the mansion is trapped in time. It's like Grey Gardens. It's very overgrown and what have you, cats everywhere. And this kid is basically invited to teach her icy daughter like how to dance and be her chaperone and whatnot. And of course, he ends up falling in love with her, and more so, he with her. And he does find sort of a benefactor, I guess you could say, and ends up making his mark in New York City. But, his heart will always belong to Estella. So, I guess Ethan Hawke didn't have a great time filming this for whatever reason. And he says, people stop me all the time and say, it's such a romantic movie. I love it. He's like, well, okay, I'm glad you liked it. But yeah, I definitely like this movie. It has a great soundtrack. Tori Amos does some of the vocalizations. She has a song on the soundtrack as well as Duncan Cheek, Tori Amos, the Verve Pipe, Lauren Christie, stuff like that. I wish I still had the soundtrack, but I lost a lot of my CDs, unfortunately. But that's an idea. I guess I could do one video off about some of my CDs sometime. So we'll see. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. And in the last video, I kind of talked a little bit about the Brave Little Toaster. So I'm thinking maybe I could do one about some like animated movies I have, kind of take a break from the horror. So we'll see. Let me know if that's what you'd be interested in. So I'm going to wrap this up. Bye.